Are you ready?
Hey peeps, how's it going? And today we are talking Detroit Pistons schedule. It was just released yesterday. We talked about it a little bit on Above the Rim last night, so if you did not come in and tune in, this video is for you. There are a few things we are going to address throughout this video, but everything regarding Pistons related. Starting out with this. The Detroit Pistons have 13 back-to-back games. The league average is 12. This seems to be a regular occurrence every single year that the Pistons have more back-to-back games for some reason. I don't get it personally. We start the season at Indiana and finish at home versus Atlanta. And then to end the season, we play Boston and end at the Knicks. So we start and end the season on a back-to-back. I don't like that. I don't like having 13 back-to-back games, just because that means Blake Griffin and Derrick Rose are going to have a lot more load management games off those back-to-backs. So there's a very good possibility Blake Griffin will not play the home opener in Detroit. It's something to keep your eye on throughout the season, because 13 back-to-back games is quite a lot, especially when the league average is only 12. One thing is we play the Dallas Mavericks in Mexico City. I don't have a problem with that, except it counts as a home game. So we only have 40 home games this season. I do not understand that. The Detroit Pistons made the playoffs last year, which that's going to come up here in a second. Why would this game count for the Pistons? That's the only thing I do not like, because Mexico City, believe it or not, is closer to Texas than Michigan. So I would go on a limb and say that there's going to be more Dallas Maverick fans there than Detroit Pistons fans. So it's basically going to be a Maverick home game. I don't like that. So we only have 40 home games this season. In Eastern Conference, that's going to be tough to get past the 6th seed. That's going to be tough when you only have 40 home games. So that might play a key factor in this season. We only have 2 national TV games on ESPN. No games on TNT. So you will not be seeing Shaq and Charles and Kenny and EJ talk about your Detroit Pistons anytime soon, because we're only on ESPN. And we do not have a single one of those at home. That Dallas game, not on national TV. Don't know what's up with that. We play Brooklyn at Brooklyn and Philadelphia at Philadelphia, both on ESPN. That means more Jeff Van Gundy and Doris Burke for you guys. I don't know what the dealio on that is. I think the Pelicans have more national TV time than we do, and we made the playoffs. So I don't quite get that. That's one of the things though. Like, it doesn't really bother me, because like George Blaha and Special K are better than those guys. I do like listening to TNT though, because I like Shaq and Charles Barkley arguing with each other. So I kind of watch that show regardless, but it kind of stings a little bit that the Pistons aren't on there. The schedule that I have does not show NBA games on not TNT, but the NBA Network. So I don't know how many games we're going to have on those. But if you live in Michigan, you can't see them when the Pistons are on because of the local broadcasting on Fox Sports Detroit. So that doesn't count. And then there is a stretch right around Christmas break going into the New Year's season where we are on the road. We go to at San Antonio, at Utah, at the Clippers, at Golden State. And then the next night we're at the Lakers playing LeBron. And then we wrap it up in Cleveland, at Cleveland. It's going to be probably the toughest stretch of the schedule. That is a long road trip. Playing the Golden State Warriors, and then the next night going and playing the Lakers on the road. I don't see how the Pistons are going to do well in this stretch of games at all. You might win at San Antonio. You might win at Cleveland. That's 2 out of 6. That's not very good basketball. That is a tough stretch of games. If the Pistons can go 3-3, hey, that'd be more than enough for me. If you can just stay 500 during that course, you're gonna be okay. There's not really a big homestand throughout this season. Like that road trip's 6 games. You got to play 6 games on a road, and I think the closest we have that at home is 4 in a row. So it's not like we have a big home stand like we do it away. We play basically 42 away games this year. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Pistons can battle through this schedule. Very little rest for this team. A lot of back-to-backs. A lot of 3 games in 4 days. So it's going to be interesting to see how Dwayne Casey can utilize his team the right way. And I think it's pickups like Beasley, Markieff Morris, who can help take Blake Griffin's spot, or not, I want to say take it, but help fill that void of Blake Griffin when we give him load management games. You might even see a little bit of Sekou on this. I'm not going to hold my breath on that one. I just don't know if he's ready to rock and roll quite yet. But we have a lot of... This is why we brought in a lot of these veteran players, so that when we can rest Blake Griffin on these back-to-back games, or whenever they feel like resting Blake, they can come in and, you know, help try to fill that void and together give you the stats Blake Griffin puts up. Because not one guy's going to put up those numbers. So I think they know their role. They're going to come in here, go to work, and, you know, try to buy into Dwayne Casey and get the best out of the schedule. You know, I think that if the Pistons do well in the first 3 months of the season, right before, you know, the All-Star break, they're going to be okay. You know, they can't take this first half of the season off like they did last year. You know, they were below 500 at the All-Star break, like way below 500, but managed to turn it up and, you know, get the 8 seed. You can't do that again. You know, you got to take all these games serious. You can't take any games off. You have a lot to prove. You got some players looking to prove to themselves that they're worth a lot of money. So it's going to be a fun, interesting season. I cannot wait. Let me know what you guys think about the NBA schedule in general. You can talk Pistons with me in the comments. We'll read them. We'll talk about it, hash it out. Instagram, Twitter, and Mixer in the description, so follow me on all those platforms. And all DSA members are in the description as well. Be sure to subscribe to all their channels. And I'll see you peeps tomorrow. Peace.